Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with some exercises for the AutoCAD. Lastly, we have seen some commands like fillet, chamfers, how to make circles, lines, how to apply dimensions, how to give center marks, and how to create layers. So today we are going to make them utilize by making this exercise. So to start with, we are going to shift to software, and here we are going to start with the drawing. So we'll start from the left side. We have these two circles with diameter 24 and 52. So we'll start with diameter circle. Circle type I'm going to take diameter. We can take radius also, but I'm going to start with diameter. So here the diameter given is 24 and 52. First I'll take 24 diameter circle. I'll zoom out little bit and then we are going to go for 52 diameter. That is this one. Same center reference 52 as diameter. Next we are going to make one line referring this distance as 150. So for that we need one reference line as well as we are going to need some center lines also. So it is better to make layers first. So I'm going to start with layers. Say new layer for center line. I'm going to select the color here as this orange color, faint orange color. Next we are going to go for line type. So in line type I'm going to take center here. Say OK. Again next line type we are going to take as a reference line. Next I'm going to take the color here as a little bit off brown color. Line type I'm going to take here is dash dot. In layer itself we have the option for taking the line types. I'm going to take ISO dash dot. Say OK. Apply the line type as ISO dash dot. Say OK. Say close. Now we are going to make that line here. Before that I'm going to activate the layer for that reference line. So here we need the reference distance of 150. That's why we are taking this line. Say ortho mode on and distance as 150. Next we are going to make other two circles on the other side, that is of diameter 172. So again circle with diameter 100 and the diameter in next one as 72. But we can see this layer for the circle is being referred as reference line only. We want to change the layer and we want the layer to be updated as 0 layer, that was the default layer. So for that we can use match properties. Select the layer or line type which we want to apply on the required circles. So I'm going to select the reference given for that layer, that is the circle being made. Next I'm going to click on here and the first circle layers are being applied on these two circles also here by using match properties. Shortcut key for match properties is M8. Match properties helps us apply the properties of the object which we select first, maybe layers, maybe line types, maybe text size, maybe hatching types. For all these options we can use match properties. Say escape. Next we are going to put up the center marks here. For that I'm going to apply the layer as center. Select center mark and click on the circles. I'm going to select outer circles here. The center mark is been created. Now it was the reference line, so I'm going to delete this line here. Next we are going to go for the line that is being made tangent. We can see here tangency on both the sides. So for that I'm going to select the line command. Before going near the circle I'm just going to control press continuously and right click on the mouse so as to select the relation here as tangent. After selecting the relation, when I start the line it will by default take the reference line as tangent only. We'll change the layer first. Then again select the line, press Ctrl continuously and right click on the mouse to select the relation as tangent. When you click on the circle, the line will by default come tangent only. You can click at any point you require. And for dropping the line on the other circle, that time also we don't need to drop the line directly here. Again we'll press Ctrl, right click, go for this tangent relation and then drop the line on the circle. It will by default take the tangency relation on both the sides. Same here on the other side also. Say Control, right click, tangency. For dropping also press Control continuously, right click and then tangency. Now we can left the Control key and then drop it here. Next, we need to draw this line. For that, we are going to take offset of 14 mm. So we can use offset command here. Shortcut key for offset is given as O, enter. Specify the distance required, say enter, and then select the line and show the direction to place the line as the offset line. Same here on this side also. So we have made the offset lines also here. We are going to trim the extra lines which are intersected in the circles. TR, double enter, shortcut key for trim command. Select the part of the lines to be trimmed. Next, we are going to go for this arc now, that is of 16 radius. So to make this arc, first we'll try with fillet. Select the fillet command, select multiple and radius, then go for the size of the radius, that is 16 radius. 16. Select the line and circle, and you can see radius is coming. I just pressed undo, and we are going to try this radius with other method now. The second method we are going to use is tan radius. There are two methods. You can go either for fillets or also you can use tan radius here. The second method we are trying here. So it is asking us for selecting the first tangent, then select the second tangent and put up the radius value. Circle and tangent radius 16. Again circle. At command line we can select tangent radius, tangent and radius are 16. Same way the last one, tangent and radius. After making circles we are going to go for trim command to trim the unwanted portions. We are going to zoom here. So in this way also we can make the shape by using tangent radius instead of fillet. So we have both the options. It depends on the convenience whether you want to use tangent radius or you want to go for fillets. Now this object has been made completely here. Next we are going to go for dimensioning. So I'm going to start with linear dimension. I'm going to select dimension here. But we can see it is coming in white or zero layer only. So for that I'm going to make one layer also here. Click new DIM dimension layer. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to select line type as continuous only for dimensions. Say close. And we are going to set the current layer type as dimension layer only. Now I want the text color to be changed. I'll go for D enter again. Say modify. Go on text and I'm going to change the color as CM. We're also going to increase the text and arrow size. We can do it individually by clicking on arrow size and text size, or else we can go for fit. We can scale both of them together, arrow size and text size, by increasing or decreasing the value. So I'm going to increase the value by 2. So the scale value is coming as 2 now. Say OK, set current and close. So here the dimension text size has been updated. Next, we are going to go for this dimension, that is 14. So now sometimes it becomes difficult to give this align dimensions here. Say select align. I'm going to select the midpoint, and here you can see the perpendicular sign is showing. So we need to click on this perpendicular sign wherever it is showing on the line. So it will take proper 14 mm dimension. Now sometimes if we give linear or aligned dimensions, we start it from center only directly. In this way. In this case, dimension is coming correctly, but we can see the center mark is been overlapped by the extension line of this dimension. So we don't want the center marks to be overlapped. In standard protocols for the dimensioning in AutoCAD, we should not overlap the extension lines on the objects. So click here and drag the extension line end at the object ends. In this way, you can see the difference. Now these lines are not being overlapped. You can move the point later also. Next we are going to provide these diameters. So for that I'm going to select diameter option. Click the first diameter, repeat, right click and repeat the command. Click on the second diameter. Now both the diameters have been given, but you can see this line is coming with the arrowhead continuing towards the center of the circle. If you don't want this line, this connect line, you can put off this option. You just need to select D, enter, go to modify, select the fit option, and here you have the option that is draw dimension line between extension line. We can see in the preview window, if I put off, this line has been gone. If I put on again, this line is coming. So I'm going to put off this option, say OK, set current and close. So these lines are disappeared now, these connecting lines, but the center mark size is coming very big here, this center mark size. So we want to decrease the center mark size also. So for that, again go to D, enter, say modify, and in symbols and arrow tab, we are going to decrease the center mark size. It is coming 2.5, I'm going to take 0.5 only. Say OK. Say OK, set current and close. Now the center mark size is coming a little bit small now. It is sufficient now. Next we are going to go for placing these dimensions here. I'm going to say diameters only. As we have taken the complete 360-degree circles, it is better to show the diameters there. And for this one we need radius. As these are not complete circles, these are arcs. So we are going to define the dimensions in the form of radius only here. We have the radius option in dimension styles. I'm going to select the radius and we can place it here. If I want to show the number of radius that are equal in size, we can double click on the text of the radius. We can double click on the dimension text and here we can add the text to caps lock on X. I'll say NOS. It is coming 4 here. There are total 4 number of radius of the same size. So I'm going to take 4. But we can see this text size is coming little bit larger. So again I want to decrease the text size. Say D, enter, say modify, go to fits. And instead of 2 I'm going to take 1.7. Next thing I'm going to do here is we can see this text is coming along the dimension line direction. I want this text to be placed as horizontal only. For that, go to this tab, that is text. Text alignment I'm going to keep horizontal. Say OK, set current and close. So now we can see the change. All the texts are coming horizontal, even if the dimension lines are inclined. So here we can see we have added the text here in the dimension and we have positioned the text horizontally. If I want to place it somewhere, I can place it somewhere here also. Instead of placing it here, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to give the same dimension here. Say radius, click here, double click. This time I'm going to add the text later of the dimension value. Say enter, say 4, NOS, means 4 numbers. Now text should not be positioned intersecting the object line. So I'm going to position it properly here. Now all the dimensions are being completed. Just keep in mind that this dimension should not be dragged this much. The first one is looking far away from the circle and the other one is looking closer. So this kind of dimensioning is not acceptable. Just place it so that they look symmetric while placing them. So in this way we have given the dimensioning also here and the sketch has been completed now. We are going to see some more commands related to AutoCAD. So the next commands we are going to see here are hatching and gradients. So these hatchings are given in mechanical drawings to show the section views, or else we can use this hatching to show the different types of materials also, maybe metals or something. And gradients are used to show the solid colors in drawings, maybe 2 colors in combine, or else we can use single colors also here. We can take the example of temperature variation being shown by 2 colors. At that time we can use this gradients command. So we'll continue with hatching and gradients now. So in AutoCAD, we have these drawings here. We are going to apply hatching and gradients in these sections. There are 2 ways to apply the hatching here. Shortcut key for hatching command is H enter. As soon as you say H enter, we can see this ribbon is upper side ribbon is being changed. And we have 2 options to apply hatching. Either you can apply the hatching by using this pick internal point option. That is this pick point option. You just need to go and place it in close bounded area. The type of hatching which has been highlighted here will be applied in the close bounded area. We can change the hatching type from here. We can see this option, that is arrow. As you click on this arrow, there are different types of hatchings being shown here. These are the different patterns of hatching can be used. So I'm going to select here NC31, this hatching type, and you just need to click in the bounded area, as we are using the command here as pick points. As soon as you click, this hatching has been applied. Now you can change the color of that hatching. You just need to click here and add the required color you want. We can also scale the hatching. If I want this hatching spacing to be shown a little bit larger in gap, so just scale the value. You can see these gaps are now been increased a little bit. If I want to change it again, I'll say 1.5. So now the scale value is coming 1.5. We'll return to 1 as a scale factor. Next, if I want to apply the angle for this hatching, we can apply the angles also. For that case, we are going to change the pattern here. We'll take this pattern, that is of brass. Now these hatching lines are coming horizontal, but if I want to change the angle, we have this angle option. Just click here and say 45 degrees. So these hatchings are coming now in inclined pattern. This way you can change the angles here. Then say close creation and the hatching will be applied. We'll again apply the hatching, say H enter. Go for the type of hatching required. Click in the bounded area and the hatching will be applied. If you want to change the color and angle, just go here and change the color as well as the angle. Say close. So in this way you can add the hatching. But if I don't want to add the hatching according to the bounded area and we want the hatching to be added according to the polyline object, we can see this rectangle here. So for applying this type of hatching, we'll say H enter. And instead of pick points, we are going to select this command, that is select boundary objects. Click on the boundary object. You can see now it is not taking the bounded lines here. It is completely hatching the whole rectangle. As it is a single object boundary, we'll change the color as well as type of hatching. We'll take sand type here. I want to decrease the scale factor, say 0.5. So you can see these granules of the sand being shown. I'll say 0.2 only. And it is not constrained within the line boundaries. It is completely been applied to this single object, that is this rectangle. So in this way you can use the select boundary objects as well as add pick points. In pick points, bounded area is required, whether it may be of lines or objects. And for selected boundary object, we need a complete polyline object as a boundary so that we can apply the hatching. Say close creation. So this was hatching and types, how we can apply the hatching there. Now if I want to apply the hatching in this area, I'll select H enter. I'll go for 3-1 hatching only, NC 3-1. Select pick points option and just click on this pick point area. I'll keep the angle as 0 only, and it is not covering the dimension area. So these dimensions are exempted from the hatching. It is because we have applied the dimension earlier and then we have applied the hatching. So it is better to apply the dimensions earlier only and then go for the hatching, so that it will not overlap the dimensions here. So that the hatching will not overlap the dimensions here. Next we are going to see gradients. So the shortcut key for gradients is GRA, enter. So the difference between the hatching and gradients is, in hatching we are going to get different patterns here. We can see these patterns. And in gradients we are going to see the combination of colors or maybe single colors, which we can apply in the bounded area or an object. So here I am going to put the color combination as dark gray and white. In that color option also we have the patterns we can see here. This is the linear pattern. In this shape is going to be cylindrical little bit, and this one is inverse cylindrical, maybe curve shape, hemispherical, spherical, inverse spherical shape. So these are the different patterns in gradients also. So I'm going to select here cylindrical only and click in the bounded area, and we can see the gradients have been applied. We'll change the pattern type. I'm going to take spherical. Click here. So it is coming spherical in shape now. Say close creation. So for this next bounded area, we are going to go for gradient now. Go for shortcut key GRA, enter. This time we are going to change the color combination. I'll take red and yellow. And I'll take the pattern type here as hemispherical shape. and click here in this area. So you can see gradients have been applied in combination colors. Next, if I want a single color to be applied for the gradient, we can do it by two ways. For the solid color, we can directly go for the color we required. So this blue color and the same blue color in the second option also. So when you click here, only a single color has been applied. As we have taken both the first and second color as blue only, that's why. Or else you can do one thing, go for gradients again, select blue color here, and instead of second color we are going to go for this tint option. So as you put on the tint option, the second color option will be off here. Now it will show a black shade with the first color been taken. So I'm going to click here. You can see this combination. If I want to adjust the tint, you just need to drag it here. We can see the percentage of the tint to be shown can be adjusted by the value when given. So I'm going to take 50% here. So it is taking complete blue color now. You can increase or decrease this number. I'm going to say 25% only. So here the tint is 25%. We can see the appearance here. Say close creation. So in this way we can apply the gradients and hatching. Next command we are going to see here is text command and rotate command. So in text command there are two types, multi-line text and single line text. First we'll see single line text. So whatever size you require, you should know the size first and then go for the single line text. I'm going to click at the down side, then at the upper side showing the value. I'm going to take this value as 10. Then it is asking us for the angle. I'm going to put the angle here as 90 degrees only. And then we can start typing the text we require. So I'm going to type any spelling here. It is taking the height we have mentioned earlier. As we have given the angle as 90 degree, so text is coming at 90 degrees. We can see here the orientation of the text. If I want this text to be taken horizontal, again select single line text. Click here, specify the height first for the text. We can see it is asking us to specify the height. I am going to take this height this time as 5. Say enter. Now it is asking the rotational angle. I am going to say 0 degrees. And now we can type the required text. So this text has been placed and the orientation is coming horizontal. It is because we have taken the angle as 0 degrees this time. Earlier it was 90 degrees for this text. We'll move the text. You can just directly click on the text. You will get one grip point. You can drag it and place it wherever you want. If I want to increase the text size or change the content of the text, we need to put on the quick properties option first. So in status bar at the down side, we have here this 3 lines customization. As the quick properties option is not being shown, I'm going to select these 3 lines. And here we have the list of the options that can be added in the status bar. So I'm going to put on the option that is quick properties here. Now the quick properties option is being shown here. Just put on this option. You just need to click once and the quick properties will be shown. So we can update the different properties of the single line text. I want to increase the height. I'm going to say 10. I want the rotation angle to be changed. I want it to be a little bit inclined. I'll say 45 degrees. You can see this angle has been changed of the spelling. I'll say 0 degrees again. I want some more properties to be shown. For that, in quick properties dialog box, there is one option that is customize. Click on this customize option and here you will get the different properties you want to add in quick properties box. So I'm going to add color here. We can add obliquing. We can add width factor. We can also add line type and say apply and OK. Now as you click on this text, you will get this dialog box again for quick properties. But this time you can see more options have been added here as we have customized the options. So if I want to change the color now, I can change the color of the single line text. You just need to go on the color option and you can see different colors are being shown. So I'm going to take it blue color. Next I want the obliquing angle. So I'm going to say 25 degrees oblique. So the text can be added 25 degrees little bit inclined. Say right click and finish. So in this way we can edit the single line text. Now if you want to give the titles or headers to any objects, you can go for single line text. But if you want to write complete paragraph or you want to write the content which is more in the words, Then you can go for the type of text, that is multi-line text. Just click on this option. Start with the lower left side and click on the upper right side. And you can see the one case is coming in the form of rectangular shape. It is highlighting the width of the text you are going to take. So whatever the width of the text, the upper right rectangle end should be clicked in that way. You can see this width here. Now we are going to write the text we require. Save. And gradients. Select the text. You will directly get this option as we get in MS Word. You just need to select the style of the text you want and the text has been placed. Now if I want to change the color properties or any properties related to text, you just need to double click here and select the complete text for which you want to change the properties. You can see the upper ribbon. In multi-line text, this ribbon is coming by default only when you type the text. It is kind of MS Word only. We can edit the text as we edit in MS Word. So you have the text styles, colors, you can add the different symbols also here. You can justify the text positions, you can take the paragraph positions, whether you want them to be centered, right or left aligned. You can justify them by distributing in this total window. Whatever editing you require, you can do it here. So it is more flexible as compared to single line text to edit the multi-line text. So we have selected the text. Next I'm going to change the color. Now according to this width, if I want the text to be placed in center, I'm going to click on this option, that is center. So we can see this text is coming in the center of this window. I want left or right, we can do that also. If you want to distribute this text in this complete area, just click on the distribute option. You can see it is completely distributed in this window. Again I'll say center align only. If I want to add any symbol here, just click beside the text first, unselect the text and then go for the symbols. I want degrees, I want plus minus sign, suppose I want diameter symbol and many more. If I want the other symbols also to be shown, I can go for this others option. And here you can see different types of symbols being shown, whether they are letters, numbers, plus minus sign, greater than or equal to sign. You can also go for the GDNT symbols here. Just type GDT here. Then we can select the GDNT symbols also. Now suppose I want the symbol to be shown for the flatten. I'm going to select the symbol, say select and say copy. After saying copy, just close this tab and you can paste it here. So this symbol has been added here. If I want to change the color for that symbol, you can change the color also here. I'll say it red color. So in this way you can utilize this multi-line text. If I want to decrease the width of this text, just click on this arrow and drag it somewhere here. The size of the width frame has been decreased here. If I want to move this text, click on the last grip point in the square shape and you can move it wherever you want. Just close this. Now whenever I am clicking the object, it is showing the properties here. It is because we have put on the quick properties option for the single text. After completing the single text, we must put off this option and then we can go for the selection. So this quick properties chart will not come again and again after selecting any object. When you are moving the text, you can put off the ortho mode and then move the text. So this were the single line and multi-line text options. Next command we are going to see here is rotate command. Shortcut key for rotate command we are going to use here is RO enter. So I am going to say RO enter. Select the objects to rotate. Say enter again. Now it is asking you to specify the base point. You can see in command line manager it is asking specify base point. So I am going to specify the base point here. Now it is asking us for specifying the rotation angle. So I am going to take the rotation angle as 90 degrees. Earlier the orientation for this object was vertical, now it is coming horizontal as we have taken the rotating angle as 90 degrees. And we have rotated the object. I'll undo it again. Say RO enter. Select the objects to be rotated. Say enter. Again specify the base point. You can specify any base point you require. Say RO enter. Select the entities to be rotated. Base point and specify the rotation angle. I'll say it 45 degrees this time. So it is coming 45 clockwise. If I want 45 to be taken anti-clockwise. Then I can do it by two ways. Select the object, say arrow enter, say specify base point, and I'll say minus 45 degrees. But I want to create the copy while rotating. Then we can do that also. Say arrow enter, select the objects to be rotated, specify the base point you require, and then instead of directly going for rotation, you can go for this option, that is copy. So on the command line, we can see at the lower left side, this option is given copy. Select the copy option and then specify the rotation angle. I'll say it 90 degrees. So now these two objects are been copied and then rotated. So in this way we can use rotate command here. So these were the commands for today. We are going to go for the further commands also in next lectures. Just follow the playlist. Till then, thank you.